It's a lovely evening and we are expecting to have a cracker of a match here. Captain wins the toss and is elected to bat first. These players will be taking the field today. Both teams look balanced and eager to perform. Openers walking in and the crowd cheering in anticipation. Pace bowler into the attack. There must be some nerves as the batsman is set to face his first ball. Good shot for a single. Nailed it! Absolutely perfect throw. I tell you what, the slow ball won't be a bad option on this pitch. Cracking delivery, almost unplayable. Batsman losing his concentration there. Turned away for a single. Very good running between the wickets. That's high in the air. Loose shot and the fielder pulls off a beauty. Looks frustrated as he takes a long walk back to the pavilion. The bowler is fired up, looks good to get another scalp. Couldn't time that well as you'd have liked. Wow, that was a really wide throw. Well, the captain has decided taking the pace of the ball is a good way to go. It's a full house here and what an atmosphere we've had for this match. Spectacular catch. Perfectly timed his jump and made sure he held on to that one. The close-in fielder should be on their toes to ensure that the batsman stays on strike. Superb delivery, can't do much with that. Tell you what, that previous delivery must be playing in the batsman's head. Beauty from the bowler, zips past the edge. The batsman should watch the ball closely and get in line with the ball. Good shot for a single. Oh, he's thrown it wide. The bowler has overstepped, no ball. batsmen all set to cash in on this free hit. Edge but lands in a no man's land. He deserved a wicket there. Well, that's close. The bowler thinks he's out. Oh, that doesn't look like a good call. And yes, that's run out. Batsman takes the long walk back to the pavilion. Unlucky to not get an edge on that one. That was a moral victory for the bowler. Well, that brings us to the end of the power play. Fielding captain can now have more fielders outside the inner circle. He didn't get any timing on that one. That was a poor throw. Needs to be a lot more accurate. Beautiful bowling, hitting the right legs. Tell you what, that previous delivery must be playing in the batsman's head. Wonderful sound of the bat, and that's a six. But it seems like the bowler prefers to bowl from this end. Good shot for a single. He really had to reach for the ball to collect it. Turned away for a single. That was a poor throw. Needs to be a lot more accurate. What a peach of a delivery. That could have troubled most batsmen in the world. It'll be interesting to see what pace he'll bowl at. That was fantastic piece of bowling. Good shot for a single. Oh, he's thrown it wide. Slim pickings at the moment. The batsmen need to up the gear a bit. Oh, that's worth a shout. But the umpire says not out. That looks close. Big appeal. That's confirmed by the umpires. Bowler is fired up, looks good to get another scalp. Turned away for a single. Couldn't time that well as you would have liked. He really had to reach for the ball to collect it. I tell you what, he uses the crease well to play the spinners. Missed time should be taken, and it's taken. Impressed by the field sets, by the captain is making the batsman play false shots. Good shot for a single. Very important to keep wickets in hand, because in the death overs they'll have that security. Gone high. That's an overthrow. These extra runs can prove to be costly in the end. Up in the air. Exceptional. What a catch. Full marks for the catch. It's very important as a bowler to make the batsman play. Oh, huge appeal. And the deadly finger goes up. The bowler's got his tail up. Terrific bowling that. Turned away for a single. Wow, that was a really wide throw. Last ball coming up. Tremendous hit this. That's a crowd catcher. That's a six. End of the first inning won't be long before we resume this thrilling contest. Out come the openers, cheered by a good crowd in. Pace bowler into the attack. The bowler has the new ball. We're all set to go for the first ball of the innings. Shot by the batsman. Can they steal a second here? That was a poor throw. Needs to be a lot more accurate. Well, the captain has been very smart with his bowling changes. Good shot for a single. Turned away for a single. Deep point in place to cover that fierce cut shot. Bowlers can actually get extra bounce by bowling cutters on this pitch. Easy enough for the batsman to play for a single or a two if they run well. That's a quick throw right on top of the stumps. Very good running between the wickets. He really had to reach for the ball to collect it. Beautiful shot by the batsman. That's 4 more. Looks in good batting form. Good shot for a single. Superb delivery, can't do much with that. Tell you what, that previous delivery must be playing in the batsman's head. Not a great ball, and that has been hammered. Terrific shot. He's too good a player not to take advantage of anything loose. Oh, that's a good delivery, right on the money. The batsman should watch the ball closely and get in line at the ball. Turned away for a single. Beautiful bowling, hitting the right legs. Spinner brought into the attack. And the batting power play comes to an end. Well, he has to bowl that one again. Captain will be more happy with his bowlers conceding only singles at this stage. That's gone high. Oh, what a catch. He managed to hang on to that. Just that one to perfection. Bowler is fired up, looks good to get another scalp. Good shot for a single. I tell you what, he uses the crease well to play the spinners. Well, that's out. Poor shot from the batsman. Must be kicking himself. That was fantastic piece of bowling. Turned away for a single. Looks like he couldn't judge the pace of the ball. He's lost this one completely. You really need to be on your toes at this level while fielding. Bowled straight through. Fantastic bowling. The close-in fielders should be on their toes to ensure that the batsman stays on strike. Oh, that's found the edge of the bat. Good delivery. Oh, that's a good throw. Straight into his hands. Spin him back. I think that's a good move. Bowlers can actually get extra bounce by bowling cutters on this pitch. Oh, beats the edge and the batsman has played all around that one. That was a moral victory for the bowler. Good shot for a single. In the air. Excellent dive. Superb reflexes. That could well be the catch of the match. That was a fantastic piece of bowling. That's a six. The power is extraordinary. This has been an impressive performance. They got just about everything right today. A well-deserved win.